Moving to the next exercise, exercise 5, enter the header conditions. When pricing conditions apply to all the items in an order, this condition can be entered in the header of the order. You need to test how the header conditions are entered and how they are distributed among the line items in the sales document. All right. So earlier we always have conditions based on the item, either the material, the discount. Now we are going to have conditions on top of every item position, which is the header level. Let's see how we can tackle it. First, we're going to create a sales order to the same customer with this customer reference and with 2 material this time. Each will be then 10 pieces, right? V01, same customer, the reference should be then 2246, material of 10 pieces. The second material, also 10 pieces. Go to the condition tab of the order header and create 2 discount manually. On the header screen, enter the HB00 for the condition type with a rate of -100 and condition type RB00 with a rate of 100 euros. Okay. Then instead of going to each item position individually, I'm going now to display the header details and go to conditions. Here, instead of saying the price for each material, I will see the price for both of the material in their own quantity, which is the price of the sales order, the total. So now I'm going to add 2 different discounts. The first one is HB00, 100 euros. And the second one is RB00, also 100 euros. Okay, the first one I don't see it applied, but the second one I see it. I don't see any changes here. Why is that? Yeah, to the first item position, I can see the discount of 100 euros for the first item. I see the discount, the HB00 of 43 euros. To the second position, I will still have the discount of 100 euros and the discount value will be then 56 euros. All right, so both of those have the same discount RB00, which is 100 euros, but the HB00, it varies, but I think it's total to 100 euros. All right, one more thing I want to check is that why in the header. Yeah, okay, now I think it's been updated. The discount value is now 200 euros and the HB0 is now 100 euros. Okay, let's then set this, I think, for 29 order. Do we have any explanation for this within an exercise? No, they don't explain anything about that. So it's really poor regarding the explanation. I think with this exercise, it will be really hard for you to go into projects and saying, hey, I know this condition type PR00 and I know this condition type HB00. I have created those, but I don't understand anything about this. So let's just have a look and deep dive more about it. Regarding the header, I think when adding this RB00, we have a discount of 100 euros and we have 2 pieces of material, and then it will multiply by 2. The second discount, even though it's also on the header, but this is the total discount for the sales order. So we have 100 euros and it will has been split by the 2 sales items. How can I explain it to you then? Let's just first check the 2 condition types. First with the RB00. This is a discount that we would have. And this is the header condition. All right. And let's open up a new sub GUI and we will compare this to the HP00. Also the discount, also the fixed amount is an header condition, but it's not an item condition. So this is probably the what make the difference. Yeah. I change which can be made. Okay, change which can be made. Yeah. This is a group conditioned HP00, and this is not a group condition. So this is, should be then the difference between these 2 condition type. To really understand it, I probably also need to check the pricing procedure behind. Let's just go into pricing procedures and go to RVA001. The discount value is manual only. And where is the HB00? It's also the discount only. Yeah. They have a particular counter. I don't know what the counter means, but yeah, I think the only difference here, the one is item with pricing, and the below we don't have any. Yeah, still really hard to explain. How can this how to explain in the back end what is the difference between these 2. I mean, yeah, the difference we have already see that the RB00 is applying on the header level of the whole sales order, and based on the different sort of material or item position that we have in the sales order, since in this time we have 2 different line items. Each of those will have a discount of 100 euros, and then in total we have 200 euros for the RB00. the HP00, it will remain 100 euros, but in the item condition, it will be split for the two materials, and how they are splitting, why the first one have 43 euros, how they're calculating it is a different story. Let me also put on the calculator. For that, I think for you to be able to see my screen, I also need to change the screen sharing. Going to share the whole screen. Yeah, hope that you can see my calculator also. All right, with this, we are going to calculating the 100 euros. So for the first one, I will have then 2,400, and the second one is 3,100, then 5,500,240 divided by 550. I will have then 34.63, yeah, percent. And if I add it by 100, we will land by around 43 euros. Yeah, and I think this is also the condition value that we have here. I might guess it might be based on the condition value. It may be based on the gross weight. Let's also check the gross weight of this tool. The gross weight of the first material is 1,025. Then I think they have the same gross weight. And I think the only difference is the net value of the price of the material itself. Yeah. Yeah, I think we need to also calculate after the discount. All right. Then maybe for the first position, I would have 2,400. So note it down. For the first material, after discount, I would have 2,428. Second material, after discount, I would have then should we have this end? After the second discount, yeah, even I think our discount, let's check the pricing procedure, where exactly it will be taken into consideration. The HP00, let's just check. The HP00. Yeah, there's no step, which means that it will be taken from the above or the latest price. Then I will be taking, sorry. Then I will be taking the price after both discount. Then for the first item positioned, it could be then this net value 2228 as my net value, not 2328, but 2228. And for the second position, the net value of before the HP00 is taken into consideration is 2907. And if we are now calculating the distribution amount, 2228 plus 2907, that could be total net value after two discounts, then 5135. And if for the first item position, I would take this account 2228 divided by this one, then we will be at 43.63 38. If we multiply it by 100 euros, we will have then an distributed condition value of 39 euro, which is exactly the condition value that we have here. So it's not basically based on the condition value that we have for the material. It is based on the net value of the above price. So after the net value has been deducted by customer discount, after that has been deducted by the discount value on the header level, then this net value of 2228 euros will be then taken as a base value for the discount, and it will be calculated based on the distribution with all the item position inside the same sales order. So yeah, I think this is the explanation which you are going to give your customer and also other consultants in the same project, how this two fields can be calculated. Even though we use 2,400 divided, or let me first add it up with 31,000, we see the number and we multiply it by this. Yeah, I think the 43.64 euros will be really close to around discount of 43.39 euros. It is like, I think, only 20 cents different. But imagine in a really big enterprise, only the two comma digits, if you have a difference on that, it will result in a really big number, really big number. And I'm only saying because I have a condition net value now only for 2,000 euros. When you have a sales order with a really high big volume, it will vary. Yeah, it will vary a lot. So yeah, I think I'm happy with my explanation for now, based on how the discount is distributed to different item positions. If we go to analysis, I'm not sure if they are going to explain that. First, with RB00, the header condition enter manually, and with 8B00, yeah, I think the same. No explanation here. It just say header condition enter manually. The only one main thing that I want to check is how these two conditions varies. Yeah, there need to be something in the back end that distinguish these two different condition types. I think this is a group condition. Yeah. The group condition means that this condition then will be shared with all other condition types in the same sales order. And this was just simply being used individually for every item position for the RP0. The HP0, since it's a group condition, it means that every condition item position inside the sales order will share the total amount. I hope that there will be this somehow explained here in the theory. No, not particular here. Using it, mass maintenance it, yeah. Using a report, yeah. Specs or pricing functions, yeah. Group conditions, I think there should be then what behind it. Yeah, I want to check something in between with yeah, they are talking about some of the spectral condition types here, like the median price, graduated price, hierarchy discount, discount surcharges. Statistic condition types, yeah, they still don't tell me about the group condition, yeah. Which is the thing that I think that we are needed right now. Counter field in the pricing consider. Impact of the counter field in the pricing procedure, you can see here. I have RA01 discount from net, discount from gross, absolute discount, weight discount, okay. The RB00, the previous value is 1000. RB00 is absolute discount of 100 euros, okay. Yeah, okay, so they are the same step, but the counter means that which take then the priority. Yeah, I think it should be a group condition, yeah. What is the group condition inside SAP pricing configuration? And can you explain the difference between the RB00, the discount value, and the HB00 discount value inside SAP? I think there also the discount which is applied on the header level of the sales order but somehow the RB00, it is being an absolute value being applied for every item position in the sales order. On the other hand, the HB00 is being distributed among the item position inside the sales order, where I can check this configuration in the back end. Yeah, I think I need to resort to my friend to explain this to me. Let's see why they answered so fast. Yeah, group condition means that the SAP does not calculate the condition independently for each item. Instead, it considers a group of items together and then distribute the result back to the items. Yeah, we found it in the condition type group condition, as you can see here. The difference between RB00 and HB00 is that we have this particular group condition. An attribute of condition that control how a calculation method is applied to multiple items of a business document. By default, during pricing, the system processes one item independently of other items. If this attribute is set, a group condition is defined. The system processes a group of items together in the following way. For item condition, the system calculates the base value. For example, the calculation of a scale base as an accumulation of the values of the individual items. Okay. So I think as a scale we see earlier, for example, with the scale we have, yeah, I think it's explained this this accumulation here. For example, we have a condition record K005, the group condition routine is 3. Then if there were then added the quantity of the tool materials, and it will be then add up to 10, and they will be taken the 15 euros and the 20 euros instead of 8 and 5 euros, for example. I think that is the first example of how the group condition is going to be interpreted. The other thing is not only the calculate the discount based on the total value or the total quantity of multiple items. Secondly, is going to distribute and handle discount across various items. Yeah, this is an important part that distinguish between the RB00 and HB00. Yeah, so in a group condition, then SAP will then distribute the any condition, for example, header discount to its item positioned. All right, perfect. Then I think exactly what I could expect before. I just need some validation or confirmation, but since we are now clear, yeah, for header conditions, a manually entered condition is distributed to all items. A routing different adjustment is automatically applied to item with the highest value. All right, perfect. Then, yeah, basically we could have also a group condition routine like this, overall document, material pricing group, and so on. I think that could be then the routine, which normally a developer would then go inside and create some new routines and apply to it. For our particular case here, it's simply an easy configuration. We just select the group conditions, then the discount value on the header level will be distributed among the item position inside the sales order instead of multiplying the conditions based on the number of item position that we have in the same sale order. Yeah, that could be the perfect explanation for it. So instead of going to the header conditions, the RB00 will be then multiplied by the number of item positions. and the HB0, it will remain the same and distributed among the item position. Just like this, yeah. Even though a really small exercise, but yeah, with the explanation and everything that come with it, I think it's really helpful exercise that we really needed within the projects. Otherwise, others will not understand it. Right. I hope that it gives you some value instead of just going through the exercise and do what exactly they told you without you understand anything in the back end. Yeah, that could be it for the fifth exercise. I hope that you have learned something new. Just let me also open a new poll regarding, do you know how to distribute yeah, you can answer it in between if you have understood how the distribution of the header conditioned into the item positions. Yeah. Yeah, one more thing that I wanted to check is that how is the distribution logic defined based on net value of items, gross weight, or volume of the item. Where do I see define the logic? Yeah, also interesting thing. Yeah, even though I have explained to you that based on this current setup, so distribution is based on the net value of the previous step. So inside the sales order, we have the price of the first position, and the discount HB00 is being calculated based on the net value. So after the price deducted by the two discount, we have this value. This will be then taken into consideration for the distribution amount. So yeah, this is based on this one. But what I want to see is that is there any possibility that we as consultant can configure the way that, hey, I want the distribution amount to be not on the net value, but based on, for example, the gross weight of the material. So for that, the 10 and 20 could have then the same discount of 50 euros, for example. So where to check that? So the HB00, the standard distribution, is usually based on the item net value, not the gross weight or volume. Okay. Where is it defined? The group conditioned. Okay, so they say that the group condition routines, for example, I think it really will vary in the projects if we look into it more closely. So I think even though we don't have any group condition routine for now for this condition route type HB00, it will be used, I think, hectic or really massive in the project at the OEM, where they have their own a lot of their own logics. Yeah, I cannot select anything because of this calculation type. So yeah, I think I would just leave it for now without trying anything. The other thing is I want to tell you is that in the group condition routine, it will then, I think, taking all the conditions items inside the sales order. They will base on any ideas like the product hierarchy, surcharges, and so on, to take into consideration whether how they group this all the items into this condition type. So the group condition routine is not the distribution basis. Yeah, it's indicator the active active group behavior. It just define how the items are grouped together. It means that, okay, I will not take every items in the sales order into consideration for this condition record. I would just take couple of those, like I take only the discount, I take only the material price, I take only the freight charges into consideration for the group condition. Yeah, so that is a routine, but it's not the distribution logic. Okay, so I think that they are using an alternative condition base value for that, and then they are going to activate the group conditions and so on. And afterwards, they are not going to calculate it based on the net value. All right, maybe a little bit far away from our actual topic today, but at least that I have delivered the exercise and explained to you how you should explain it, or a way of explaining it to your customer, how the header conditions are maintained, how they are being interpreted into the item position, either distributed or not distributed based on the group conditions being defined in the back end, and how can you calculate the distribution amount inside it. All right, a really interesting exercise. I really like it because I think more or less in the projects where I do the integration in the projects right now, I'm doing the SD integration to financial accounting, but it's not the normal one since the SD is within a logistic template, an SAP client, and the financial accounting is a different client, so a different SAP system. So they are communicating based on some PIPO and customized APUP report, and it involves a lot of debugging and knowing the technical field. So yeah, when I focus on that, I miss couple of standard configuration in SAP pricing. For example, this group conditions where I have seen sometime in the projects, but I don't know what exactly is doing in the back end, or how it then influence how a particular position is being calculated within a sales order. So yeah, that could be something that really helpful for me in the next upcoming projects, or even within the projects right now that I'm doing. When I come back from my injury, then I will be more fit to that. All right, so another hour went through. It's really quick that even with the two small exercise, it cost me that 1 hour just to adjust the order conditions and enter the header conditions. I think I have really spent a lot of time here, but I think it's worth it. And we will have now a quick pause before we move to the exercise 6, examine the effect of pricing types. And yeah, we will see how many exercise we will tackle before 12:30. All right, so see you. I think this time let's do a 10 minutes pause. Yeah, or 7 minutes. Yeah.